What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be killing the Maven 50 times to see if we can make some profit. We're looking for, as our big drops, it's going to be Progenesis and the Awaken, Empower, and Enlighten supports that are both worth, all worth a really good amount. As you can see, the Progenesis is worth about 80 divines, and both supports are worth 60 and 40 divines, respectively. So, since it's a 1 in 50 chance, I'm hoping if we do 50 runs, we can drop at least one. And between all the other drops we get, make some profit. If we get lucky, maybe we'll drop more than one and make even more profit. The build I'm playing is Relic of the Pact Gladiator. So it's a very high DPS build, so I'll be able to kill the boss pretty quickly to rush through as many runs as possible. I'm going to timestamp down below. Then I'm just going to do a montage of all the drops I get. And then at the end, I will go over the cost and the profits and all that, and we'll see how much we made. So enjoy.
Must enjoy our the living
Okay, so we just finished killing our 50 Mavens, and as you can see from the loot, we got pretty lucky. We dropped 3 Progenesis and 1 Awakened and Enlightened. Now, the wiki says it's about a 1 in 50, so assuming we're doing 50 runs of this, we would only expect about 1. So because we got so super lucky, I'm going to not include these two and not include the Awakened and Enlightened, which is the best support that could have dropped in the final total. Because the goal for this was to see if you do 50 runs, hopefully get a Progenesis drop, because odds say you should. Do profit just off like all the bubblegum stuff that drops. So you get the impossible escapes, they're pretty common. They're worth 140 chaos, where conflicts are almost 2 div, and the astrolabs and gems are just a couple chaos, nothing crazy. But I did the math already. If we tally all this together, so we spent for the fragments at the time of the video, it was 1 div for 1.9 fragments. So for 50 runs, it was 200 fragments. It's 105 div. It took about 3 hours in total for all the runs, which is decently fast considering my build's pretty good. We got 9.7D in impossible escapes. Genesis was 87 div, about 4 div in the random supports, 42 div in just the over conflicts and astrolabs. And then as far as uniques go, most of our uniques aren't really worth anything. Like these crowns are worth like nothing. The wands unID'd are worth about 150 chaos. So that's where that last number comes from, the 4 div. So without all the lucky drops, it was 146 div in total, minus the 105 for the fragments, was 42 div total about over 3 hours, 14 div an hour. So assuming you drop 1 Progenesis and nothing else lucky, you will get about 14 div an hour, which is pretty good. But keep in mind, odds are odds. There is a chance you do more than 50 runs and don't drop this. And if so, you're going to be very down. If you are me and just the luckiest player alive, you'll drop 3 of them. So if we look at the total with all, this is with the other 2 Progenesis, it's like 180 div right there, 170 div. And the Awakened Light, which is another 60. That gives us profit of 281 div in 3 hours, which is 93 div an hour. So again, do not get baited by this. Don't run this shot expecting to make 93 div an hour. I think I was incredibly lucky, and I wouldn't even attempt this unless you can afford at least 50 runs. Because you got to keep in mind, if you do 50 runs and don't drop a Progenesis, you are screwed. You are out money big time. But I do think this could be profitable. It probably needs a bigger sample size because again, I think dropping 3 in 50 runs doesn't really make sense unless the wiki is just wrong with the rates. But yeah, I think this was very profitable for me. So if you do try this, let me know how it goes. Hopefully it's as good as my experience, but no promises. As far as the kill times, like I said, it took 3 hours for the 50 runs. I'm running Relic of the Pack Glad, so it kills bosses pretty fast, and I did drop a mirror this league, so my build is pretty expensive. So I would only attempt this if you can kill her within like 2 to 3 minutes. Like you really shouldn't be dying. You have to phase her just instantly. But yeah. One last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a gamble and I'm gonna un-ID all these impossible escapes. For the total, I counted them I counted them un-ID'd, but I think I almost feel like it's worth IDing them because they're really not worth that much. And if you hit a big one, it might be worth something good. I don't actually know what we're looking for, but I'm just gonna ID them and price check them as we go. Let's see. So acrobatic, it sounds maybe good. Nope, 80 chaos. Should do this. Actually, it's gonna be easier. Chaos inoculation, 90. Blood soaked blade, 3. Perfect agony, 19. 24. 10. 1. Oh no, maybe it's not worth it. Ghost Reaver, 7. Hills of 1. Oh, okay, never mind. It's worth it. Mind over matter. 13 div. Okay, that's already worth more than these all were, so I guess it was worth it for me. Ghost Dance 600. Didn't I have one up here? Or Ghost Reaver. Okay. Reaver again. It's nothing. Divine Shield. 1. Conduit. Nothing. Eternal Youth. 7. Okay, so I hit 1. Mind over matter is a big one. Might be worth an IDing them because that's not I don't know how uncommon this is or how many there are that are worth a lot, but that one hit made more than all the un-ID'd ones, so that was worth doing. But yeah, that's it guys. Hope you enjoyed.